I want to believe you're having a swell time this beautiful Thursday. This is INEC Half Hour, a voter enlightenment program sponsored by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. My name is Fumi Oluwole, and it's my pleasure to say welcome to the program. Welcome back. Last week, we brought to you clips of roundtable discussions showing different views and perspectives on why you and I should register to vote. Today, we shall bring you updates on the inauguration of Technical Committee on Delimitation of Constituency in preparation for the 2015 general elections. I'm sure you would like to know the strategies put in place and of course the requirement for delineation of boundaries as well as the resources involved. These and many more. Please stay tuned as we bring you the feature segment on these issues.
The 1999 Constitution as amended and the Electoral Act 2010 as amended serve as a legal document which the Commission derived its powers, and this includes the power to limit constituencies in Nigeria, as well as delineation of boundaries and/or districts. Section 73, subsection 1 states that the Independent National Electoral Commission shall review the division of states and of the Federation into senatorial districts and federal constituencies at intervals of not less than 10 years, and may alter the districts or constituencies in accordance with the provisions of this section to such extent as it may consider desirable in the light of the review. Therefore, as a follow-up of its constitutional duty on delimitation of constituencies, the Commission recently inaugurated the INEC NESDA Technical Committee on Constituency Delimitation. The following are the members of the committee: Dr. Halilu Ahmed Shaba, Dr. Lazarus M. Ojigi, Dr. Gostime James, Dr. Matthew Adepoju, Dr. Sadiq Umar, Barrister Yahya Isa, Mr. Dala Ibilewa, Chima Durwako, Osarubo O. Osarubo, Kenneth Okagu, Shola Adelaja, Lawrence Bayode, Anyeze Obi, and Atama Friday. In his remarks, the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency, NESDA, Mr. Lazarus Ojigi, pledged the support and cooperation of his agency to partner with INEC to ensure that the exercise is carried out successfully.
On behalf of NASDA and NASDA's team, we are delighted to be part of this partnership. I must tell you that is why we go after people when we see that they have interest in what we do. Even when we know that they will be the first person to benefit from the output of whatever we do. So we are delighted to be here, and DG expresses his gratitude and his appreciation to you for even having confidence. For you to call someone that you want to work with him means that you believe that he can deliver. And we want to assure you that by the grace of God, we'll make sure the project is well executed.
While addressing participants at the occasion, the Chairman Operations Committee, Engineer Dr. Nuhu Yakubu, stated that the Commission partnered with the agency in order to carry out a successful delimitation exercise.
INEC sought for and obtained the collaboration of NASDA in order to achieve successful implementation of its delimitation project. It is on this note that I would like to express on behalf of the Chairman of the Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, the appreciation of the Commission to NASFDA for responding in earnest to our call for partnership. It is also noteworthy that the cooperation of NASFDA has facilitated the staging of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the membership and composition of the technical committee clearly indicates the degree of conviction of the two agencies for the successful implementation of this project. The technical committee will be co-chaired by the team leaders of the agencies in this partnership, while the INEC nominates the committee's secretariat. This is a proposal.
The Commission also outlined the responsibilities of the Joint Technical Committee as
the responsibility of the Technical Committee, to summarize them, include 1, to work to implement the articles as contained in the Memorandum of Understanding between INEC and NASFDA. 2, to consider any other matter relating to the partnership and make appropriate recommendations. And 3, submit periodic reports to the National Committee on Consensus Delimitation through its technical committee. With this brief remark, it is now my honor and privilege to formally inaugurate this technical committee. I therefore congratulate you on your membership and wish you success in this very important task. Thank you very much. You're most welcome.
Still on the occasion, the Deputy Director of Operations, Mr. Chima Durako, also expressed appreciation.
My dear colleagues from NASDRA, I welcome you all, and I thank you for this excellent opportunity to work together towards a project that in itself alone is a very difficult project. You may not know, but no civilian administration has successfully implemented the delimitation project. But this commission is determined, under the guidance of the chairman and the able leadership of this activity of Dr. Nuru Yakubu, who I'm sure you've encountered, to push this project through. It is in so doing, it's with this vision that the Commission thought it was necessary to do much more than the ones before them had done. That is, do more spade work, do more engagement, collaborate more, and have more on the table to chew, so that all the loopholes and all the gaps of the past will be addressed even before we begin. And NASDRA is a key partner in this endeavor.
In another development, a delegation of the United Kingdom Parliament, led by Mr. Michael Gibbs, was accompanied by the head of political section, British High Commission, and officials of the Department for International Development in Nigeria visited the commission. Speaking at the occasion, the leader of the delegation stated that their mission was to inquire and conduct research on issues of instability, insecurity, and extremism in North and West Africa, as well as other challenges ahead of the 2015 general elections in Nigeria.
We have responsibility as a committee to produce reports and recommendations to our Parliament and our government on matters relating to foreign affairs and Commonwealth affairs. And as such, we are delighted to be here in Nigeria this week. The main purpose of our visit is relating to an inquiry we have been carrying out this year into instability and security and extremism in North and West Africa. And as part of that, we have been in several countries in this region. We've been in Algeria and Morocco and Mali earlier this year. And last year we were in Egypt and Libya and Tunisia. But we thought we had to come here to Nigeria. Main purpose is to meet with ECOWAS and to have some discussions relating to security matters. But in addition, We want to understand more about Nigeria and the political and economic and social issues in this country. Because, as you know, we have very close relations historically between the United Kingdom and Nigeria. And we have our own independent electoral commission in the UK, so it's very good for us to come here and to try and get some understanding of the different way in which you will be working.
In his response, the commissioner in charge of operations, Engineer Dr. Nuhu Yakubu, stated,
"There were very serious challenges with the register of voters at that time, to the extent that I think there was a national consensus that unless we literally redo a new, entirely new registration or carry out registration of voters, there wouldn't be any possibility of a credible election in the country. And therefore the Commission took that decision, very expensive for the entire country, to conduct a whole new registration of voters, which was biometric based. We captured most of the data, including fingerprints, 10 fingerprints of each and every qualified voter in the country. And the figure at the end of that exercise, the provisional figure was about 73.5 million naira. I beg your pardon. 73.5 million voters. There's an issue of naira. 73.5 million voters. That was the provisional figure. But it's now gradually been cleaned up because the exercise was undertaken over a period of less than 3 weeks, which we think actually is an international record. Because I have no knowledge of anywhere in the world where biometric data of over 70 million voters was captured within a period of less than 3 weeks. We did it in Nigeria. It was very hectic, very costly, but at least it was done. And I think substantially that was what was responsible for the level of acceptance and the credibility of the 2011 elections.
at the end of the visit, there was exchange of souvenirs and group photograph.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, the program is INEC FR, a voter enlightenment serial, coming to you courtesy of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. About 2 months ago, we brought to you an update on the signing of the revised Code of Conduct by the then 25 political parties in Nigeria. Today, we shall also bring you updates on the activities of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC. INEC of our crew had a one-on-one interview with the IPAC chairman, Dr. Yunusa Tanko. Please don't go away.
What is IPAC? And what is IPAC doing to promote a healthy competition among political parties?
In 2002-2003, the International Republican Institute, their country director, Matthias Zanna, threw up a challenge to the political parties to find a common ground to discuss issue, because it was noticed as at that time that political parties are not campaigning based on their manifestos, and so it is not driving the point. And there are various issues that interest party A, B, C. So, and around the world, there have been a best practice for the Inter-Party Advisory Council to form as a body to discuss these issues. And then letters were sent to all the political parties to submit proposals on how they think the IPAC can be formed. And within that 16 months, almost all the political parties supported the IPAC initiative. So we had a very robust discussion. We have a very robust, interesting discussion from all the political parties, most of them in writing. Then the document was developed. That was when we developed the first document for the Inter-Party Advisory Council. And then eventually, Dr. Nnaji became the first chairman, and I became the first secretary of the committee, of the council. And this is the beginning of the history of the IPAC. Very little people will understand what IPAC is, but I can tell you it's one of those good things that can ever happen to the political parties. Because in the history of this country, the political parties themselves develop a document by themselves and agreeing on it, which is very, very difficult because we have different modus operandi, but we agree on this one.
What are the major challenges facing IPAC?
There are big challenges, very, very big challenges. And these had to do with funding. You see, everything revolves around funding for political parties. What you find in some of the challenges that you see in internal democracy in some political parties is that it's only one person that owns the apparatus of the political party. He donates to the political party, he puts logistics on ground, he provides secretariat, he does everything for the political party. And so therefore, it becomes difficult for you who just become a bystander or a member to challenge that particular person if that person has a candidate, and that is where the fracas starts from. And so therefore, we are advocating strongly that our legislators need to look inward and amend that Electoral Act that denies political party funding. Because if you are going to be very, very fair, some of the political parties who are in governance use the same resources to fund themselves into power while denying others. So,
what is the relationship between INEC and IPAC?
They've been doing very well to ensure that they listen to us. Because let's not deceive ourselves. Without the existence of the political party, there wouldn't even be INEC at all. So therefore, the relationship has been a cordial one. In fact, to add to it, the political parties, while struggling to gain their respect, for the first time in the history of this country, the leaders of political parties were sitting side by side with the INEC. And that is to tell you that we have been able to come with time, and confidence has started being built between us and INEC. And that is good for the electorate. Before, what we used to have is that even letters to get to our offices was difficult. Letters to get to our office. But now you have letters getting down to the offices, information being sent, agreement being made that we are going to have a quarterly meeting, and that timing is being adhered to. That's been a great improvement.
Apart from funding, what other challenges are political parties facing?
The other issues has comes to do with enlightenment to the people. Many of the electorate do not even know that we have 25 political parties at the moment. So the political party has a lot of challenges to enlighten the populace as regard to the existence of the political party and their manifestos. In each of the movements that we are doing, we need to go out and tell Nigerians, educate them in different languages as regard to the modus operandi of INEC. For example, when you want to register as a voter, you need to know that you cannot register twice. And if you do, INEC can prosecute you to show as a deterrent to others who have fraudulent practice in their mind. So the challenges are much with regard to funding, with regard to enlightenment, and with regard to logistics from moving. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Nigeria is a large country with 774 local governments. And each of the wards is operational. And you want to get this information. That is the reason why we have voters' apathy. And we want to make sure that that voter apathy do not exist in our coming elections.
development, the Director of Election and Party Monitoring, Bala Shitu, also spoke on different aspects of party registrations and the revised code of conduct. Sit back and don't go away.
The Commission has the responsibility of registering political parties, and therefore every political association can apply to INEC, and so application is the first requirement of any political association seeking registration as a political party. And of course, there will be an acknowledgement of such application. Now, such political association will then be given the opportunity to pay the necessary prescribed fee of 1 million naira. Thereafter, on the payment of such prescribed fee, the association will now be given some of the relevant forms. We have what we call Form PA1 as political association. PA1 that is required of any association to fill up. And in that, it is expected that every association will have to have an office in Abuja, the national capital. It is also have to show evidence of ownership of that office, either by way of owning it or through evidence of tenancy agreement. The association will have to give or submit to the Commission a copy of its constitution and a copy of its manifestos. Again, the association will then have to ensure it has affidavit in support of the Form PA1 that is required of that association. Now, and finally, every association must have a logo and, of course, a flag. So logo and flag are necessary. So these are some of the basic requirements.
That's it on INEC Half Hour. Thanks for staying with us on the program. Do join us same time next week for another interesting episode. But before we go, please note this popular saying by Ukaso Ellen. Remember to participate in building the electoral process and use your vote wisely, as tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. Bye for now.